welcome to the first ever episode of the Eagle Gameday podcast. I'm Colton Boston. I'm here joined by the junior varsity starting quarterback, Braeden Imhoff. Now, Braeden, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So, let's get straight into it. Your love for football. Where did it kind of start? When did it start? And when did you find out that you wanted to be a quarterback?
Those questions, now that I think about it, like I haven't really thought about those questions before, but now that I kind of really deeper kind of think about those things, I've always been a football player. I mean, since day one, my first birthday cake was a football. So, I mean, it was in the shape of a football. So, I mean, football was kind of just embedded into me. Now, what position that was, I mean, I've played all over the place. I've been the 84-pound linebacker. I've been a receiver. And now landed at quarterback. So I actually started playing quarterback in 7th grade. That was my first year. And kind of through work, putting all the work in, it's done me all right so far. So we'll see how that goes.
And what was that like when you first played quarterback? Was that an instant, I know I want to play this? Or was it a little bit, I'll try it out?
It felt normal. Like it felt natural. And I feel like everyone tries to chase that natural feeling. And like, I fell in love with it ever since. So, yeah.
And whenever you were trying it out, it was just supernatural, right? It wasn't any obviously, there's a ton of hard work that goes into it.
Of course.
But you weren't having to, overthink everything. It just felt really natural to you?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, playing football is being a football player. And, yeah, you have to know what's going on. You have to know the plays. You got to understand, be on the same page with players. But at the end of the day, playing football is playing football. You're supposed to have fun. It's a kid's game.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So, did you grow up in a football family?
Not necessarily. My dad didn't play football. My mom played softball. Had opportunities to go to college for it. And my brother had always been a basketball guy. I mean, recently he's more of a football player himself. But
really?
I didn't really grow up in a football family. I mean, my grandpa played football, and he kind of wanted me to pursue it. But for the longest time, baseball was my sport.
Really?
Yeah.
So was football ever in your mind as this is what I want to do? I want to go varsity. I want to take this the next step?
Ever since I stepped on that field in 7th grade, that was my goal, and I knew I was going to achieve it.
Wow. So now looking back on that now, you've had a season where you're the starting quarterback at, the Prosper High School. You've played in the incredible stadium that we've had. Just what is that like looking back on the season now?
It's an absolute blessing. I mean, we are so fortunate to live where we are, get to play where we are, and just get to have everybody come out and support on those Friday nights. It's truly a blessing, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I've always said I think Prosper is the best community in the state, possibly in the nation, and I stand by that. I love everything about it, and Prosper is what I fell in love with, just as much as football, and just the community and everything around it.
I mean, let's just put this in a picture here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Friday night. It's Prosper versus Rock Hill. Insane game. The full town's there.
Always.
How much pressure is that? And then how do you deal with that?
It's weird. Leading up to the games, and this was every game for me, you always get nerves. I mean, you get nerves anything you do that you're really passionate about and you don't want to do bad in. But it's almost like the second you run out on the field, and you would think it's so nerve-wracking playing in front of all those people, but it's crazy how much you can tune it out. And you just realize that, and it feels like you're just playing catch with your guys. Like 11 on 11, just like in practice. And it feels like it as well.
So are you able to tone out all the crowd noise, all the music? Are you able to tone that out in the moment?
Yeah. It's
Really?
It's wild. So, I mean, I can tone it out pretty, and it's not like something I can do like flipping on and off a switch. It just happens. And the only thing you hear after it all tones out is when you throw a touchdown and everyone goes crazy. And that's the next thing you can hear. And that's awesome. It's the best feeling in the world.
And what is that moment like? Like, is it like you kind of switch out of that mode and you just hear all the cheers, or what is that like?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I mean, just like that. And you're celebrating with your guys, man, and then you realize all these people are here for you and the Prosper High School football team. Like, you realize they're on your side, and it's awesome.
And then hearing that celebration, knowing you just, scored a touchdown, how much of you wants to just celebrate that? But how much of you also knows that there's more to go and that you need to keep moving on with the game?
That's a good question. We always want to celebrate with each other as a team. and especially with guys that I've been playing ball with for a long time. And there's always more to the game. The game's not over until the whistle's blown dead, till the game's blown over. But it's still a great feeling, and I feel like it almost brings some sort of camaraderie with the team when you can score and be able to celebrate and still be able to be locked in. That's yeah.
And let's just talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
One of the most important things as a quarterback is your O-line. I mean, they're the guys that stop, anyone from coming back into your part of the field.
Mm-hmm.
How much trust do you have in all those guys? I mean, we're talking Crimpin, who has over 50 D1 offers. You have debatably one of the best O-lines in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Just what is that like with your trust with them?
If you ask me, I say I have the best O-line in the nation, and I truly believe that because those guys that go up and block for me every single day, at the end of the day, it really is teamwork. And I feel the utmost comfort, whether it's our starting guys or whether it's guys that have to step in, because I know that we all share a common goal, and our common goal is to win. They're going to give everything they have. And as long as you give everything we have, everyone on the team will as well, we're going to win games.
And just how hard is it? You're at the end of a game, you need that one last little push to get all that extra energy out and to just push yourself further, or even is it hard to do? Do you just have the adrenaline flowing? Is it just natural to do that?
I feel like as football players, things come natural, but you always know what's going on. And it's definitely a difficult thing to have to do, but I find that a lot of players on our team are able to do that.
Yeah. And now I want to kind of segment over into the last little part of the season. You had such an incredible game at home, and then you go off to Coppell, and it's such a high-pressure game because Coppell is one of the best teams in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Going into a game like that, how do you not let that get to you mentally that you're going against one of the best?
I guess because I go into every game preparing the same way, and preparation is what really wins you games. And I know that if we have a really good preparation week, we're going to succeed. And I treat it just like every other game. I mean, we played Westlake very beginning game of the season. We played Allen along the way. It's how you prepare for games, and it was a struggle. I mean, but I felt like we were really good. I mean, I felt like we're just as good as that team, and I know they didn't want to play us.
And then going to that game, it was a tough game. Just right when that clock stopped, into the fourth, it was one final drive. Just kind of walk us through the emotions of just what that felt like.
You feel it for the seniors. I mean, I love those guys to death. We really are a team. We really are one because we're never the most talented team on the field. We're a really talented team, but we're never the most talented. But we're always going to give each other everything we have. And there's something special about building camaraderie with a team of guys who are older, younger than you, and the same age as you. So you feel it for the seniors a lot of the time because you've built such good relationships with those guys. And that's the last time you're going to be able to step on a football field with them. And it's an upsetting moment. But yeah, I mean, it's a struggle for sure.
Yeah. And do you let losses like that fuel you to drive a little bit harder? Do you let it fuel you kind of to just go that extra mile now?
Of course. You never want to feel like that ever again. And especially when it's coming into my last year, I don't ever want to feel like that. I want to win games.
Now that's football off season. Now it's kind of the postseason. You've moved into track and field, right?
Yep.
I mean, what is that like, balancing out two sports? Because I know they're not in the same season, but there's certain attributes to each one. How are you able to balance knowing everything you need to know to play quarterback, but also everything you need to know on running?
Football and track, I feel like go hand in hand, but you're right. There are definitely major differences between the two. And for me, it was just keeping my body healthy, making sure I felt healthy. I'm always feeling good. And I mean, it's a team sport just like anything else, especially at the races I run with 3 other guys, and we all got to be on point, whether it comes to the handoffs, our first steps, our last ones. We got to always make sure we're on the same page, and that's what's going to help us win. So it takes a lot of practice and a lot of teamwork as well.
Yeah. And just kind of what is it like? Because from what I remember, you broke a school record. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
What is that feeling like?
It's obviously a cool feeling. And there's nothing more fun than winning it with a group of guys that again, I haven't been a part of the whole, I'm not a part of the whole track, class I'm still in football, but the connections you build with those guys that you're running with. I run the relays with one other football player, and me and him are really tight. But outside of that, I didn't know many of these guys going into the season, and the connections you build and the similarities you share with some of these guys, you want to win it with other people, and that's the cool part about it. Is it's not just me; I get to share it with 3 other guys that it meant just as much to them. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah. And now moving on to next season. We've had this season, you've had your experience on varsity, you know what the pressure's like.
Mm-hmm.
How do you plan to move forward onto next season? How do what's your goals for next season?
My goals. I haven't really gone that far. I mean, I know my team goals. My goal at the end of every season is to win the state championship, and I really do feel like that's a possibility. We all got to want it really bad. And as far as individual goals go, I don't have set numbers, but I do know that as a team, I want to go far. And like I said, it's the same thing with track, and it's the same thing with losing, unfortunately, to Capel. You don't ever want to feel like you lost again. And so just thinking about how much sweeter it would be winning with those seniors rather than losing them, that's what drives me.
We've kind of hit every little part of football, start into the season. You're now, going into track and field now, but let's move on to some coaches now.
Okay.
Kind of who are some of the big important coaches that really truly impact you right now?
I would definitely say my head coach, Coach Moore, and my offense coordinator, Coach Hill. Those 2 guys, being able to be poured into by 2 of the best guys in the game, it's really a blessing and it's really special because they share 2 viewpoints that you won't find anywhere else, and they think alike as well. And whenever you have 2 guys that think alike, they can pour into a young quarterback that can also pour into the guys younger than him. It's really special, and those guys have made tremendous impacts on me on the football field, and as a person as well. I mean, you want to play for guys who you want to grow up and be like one day, and those two guys are what I want to strive to be like one day.
Well, I think that is all that we have today. It has been such an incredible episode. Thank you, Braeden, for coming out. Truly, it has been a wonderful time here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we will see you guys in the next episode.